How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. Welcome back to another video here on our channel on FIFA Analyst. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about my favourite attackers on FIFA 21, but we're going to be looking at this from a different approach. I've done my favourite defenders, attackers, midfielders and so on, which are your traditional ones, you know, your CR7s, your Mbappes, your Rashfords, you know, all of that sort of stuff. I'm going to kind of use some different cards that I've actually been using recently that I've been really like happy with and surprised with. That a lot of people probably wouldn't use these, so we're kind of going to go through them and let you know exactly what I think of them. If you enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. Remember, if you want any of your sneak, to use FIFA Analyst at checkout. So then, let's go ahead and jump into it. I've got my list up on this screen right here, and we're going to start off with an SBC card that is still available to do at the minute. I think he's a great alternative to a guy that most people use. That I still have in this video, but yeah, definitely a card that you guys look at. The only problem I think that the downside to this card is that it's quite expensive at the minute, but I did him because I'm becoming an SBC analyst. You see what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Yeah, I've been loving SBCs. I've been taking a different approach to this FIFA and trying to use different cards and, you know, get away from just the meta sort of use this card and that card only. Now, this guy is still meta. Of course he is. Exactly. He's a brilliant card. But he's not one that you see too often. And that probably is down to the budget. But certainly one that I think you guys could look at. He has got his inform as well. Wanted to give him a go before you do the SBC. So he's 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, and he is Jonathan Bamba. Plays in the French league. Obviously, the reason why he's so good is because he links to your traditional Neymars, your Mbappes, your Ben Yedder's, your Renato Sanchez, who he gets a strong link to. He's French. He's easy then to link into Pogba, Kante, and move over to the BPL side. Who does he replace for me? Replaced Dembele, who I'll go into that card in a little bit. I actually really rate this card. He plays at left wing for me, but he also comes on off the bench for me as well in the new team that I've built. So he has got a lot of bench appearances here, but he did also play near enough a full weekend and obviously played at that left wing spot. Now, when you look at face value, this card dominates in every area other than strength. Strength is a little bit low. But other than that, for a winger, the finishing he's got, the composure he's got is phenomenal. He's got brilliant dribbling. He's got brilliant pace. There's not really much wrong with it. The only thing I've used on this card and gone, I'm a little bit, I don't like, but that's me being picky, is the fact that he hasn't got 5-star skill move. That is me literally being a very picky player there. But other than that, the guy's a fantastic card. I used a lot of untradables to get him done. He does cost about 380k. Last time I checked, he might be a little bit more. He might be a little bit less now. Do I think he's worth that? Probably not, if I'm being truthful with you. But if you can use the untradables, yes, those untradables could be used to other rewards. But when you look at like an icon pack that you can do for over 500k, you know, at least you know you're guaranteed. And I think this guy will be more than capable to use for the next 2 months or so. So then I suppose it does make him worth it. If you use him for the next 2 months and then replace him, you know, with like a team of the week or another promo card, then I think he'd be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, definitely a card that I've enjoyed. Now we're going to move over to a guy that you don't see in anyone's team. I've not used him in champs yet, but I will use him at some point, and I need to make sure I get his name right, and that is going to be Correa. Now, he is, in my opinion, this road to final crate, it was an objective card, and I've used him in objectives, and I've had a load of fun with him. Now, he's not necessarily not meta, but he's 6'2", and his balance is at 69, so we can get, you know, a little bit off the ball quite easily. But he has been phenomenal for me in objectives, and I don't mean in terms of like, you know, he's coming up against bad players and whatnot. I mean, when you get the ball and you shoot with him, I don't know what it is about this card. He finds the back of the net all the time. Literally all the time. He scores goals for fun. And this is why he's making this kind of, you know, different sort of attackers list for me. Because I would never normally use a card like this. But because I've been really enjoying using objectives and doing objectives, I've given him a go and I love him. Now he should go up to an 85 next, I believe. I think it's 84s and above go up by 1 overall if they get through the each round in the Champions League. And then the 83s and below, well, the 83 and below would go up by 2. So he goes up by 1 and he goes to an 85. I think if Lazio, they're looking like they're going to get out of the group stage. If they can get through, you know, out of 16, maybe get to the quarters, and he gets like an 86, if they go further, I think he'd be a really, really good, it'd be an even better card, a card that would be worth using in champs. He's high medium, 6'2", 4-star, 4-star. It's just a great card. If you did this objective and you need to do any player objectives for him, go ahead and do it. He's a fantastic card to use. I've had so much fun using that card. Now we're going to look at a different guy, which this guy is not necessarily not meta. He is meta, but you don't see him all too often, probably because of the weak foot, and that is Wilfred Zaha. Now, obviously, we've been fortunate enough to pack his team of the week in the red picks, and this guy has predominantly made bench appearances for me. I think he played a little bit of 10 games in one weekend from the start. But other than that, he has literally been on the bench. Medium, 5-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, 82 appearances, 8 goals, 15 assists. Now, he's not scored a load of goals because he comes on at the wing. And he comes on in the 60th, 70th minute. So he's not going to get a load of goals. But when I've used this card, I've had a lot of fun with it because he's quick. He's got 5-star skill moves and he can run. He just seems to breeze past people so easy. He's got 90 acceleration, 94 sprint speed. A phenomenal card. The thing that I think you're probably going to go, I couldn't play him as my out-and-out striker is because of the 3-star weak foot and the fact that he doesn't have the outside of the foot trait. Finishing's at 80, 82 composure. I don't think he'd be good enough for most people to have as a striker by himself. You put him out on the wing, though, he can get past men easily and lay the ball off for someone that's more capable of finishing. So definitely a card that you guys could look at to pick up. I don't think his inform is that expensive anymore. His 83 card was actually quite a lot of fun at the start of the game as well. One that I've had a lot of fun with kind of coming off the bench for me. Now, this is a card which I'm hoping, I really, really am hoping this guy gets a player of the month this month. Because I will 100% be doing that, and that is João Felix. I've got his 84 on PlayStation. I've used that a little bit while doing some squad builders and whatnot. I've not used it on the Xbox account, but João Felix is a really, really fun card to use. His 84 is the one that we've been using. Tell you what, let's put his 84. His 81, sorry. Excuse me. But he's been such a fun card for me to use. I'm really, as I said, I'm really, really hoping that this guy gets the player of the month. Why? Because he'll be given even more of a pace boost. He's already got 5-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot. He's got brilliant finishing and brilliant composure. As a striker, this guy with a little bit more pace, a little bit more acceleration off the mark would be great. I think if he got a player of the month, he'd get like, what, an 86, an 87. That'd be an unbelievable striker. Absolutely unbelievable. 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, outside of the foot trait. Brilliant dribbling stats for what he is on this particular card. And just overall, very, very good. He just needs that little bit more pace to just help him on, break away from the defenders. But a really fun card to use. One that you don't see all too often in people's teams, but one that I've actually really enjoyed using. Last year, I didn't like him. He didn't seem to score too much for me. He seemed to just miss chances. But this year, he feels a little bit better on that side of things. So now, we're going to talk about a man that... I mean, you see him more because it seems like EA have introduced more and more kind of like, I'm not necessarily like cards in that league. Well, yeah, they put more cards in that league, haven't they? They've made it easier for you to link him in. I've used the 82 version, not the Rule Breakers version, and that is Alex Teixeira. So we've got a man of the, was it a man of the match card? Or he got a hero card for something that he did. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high low, 5'9". This guy, take away the 81 finishing, knows how to score. Put him in the box, give him a chance. He will score for you. He's very, very good. Really, really just so enjoyable. I've still got him on the PlayStation account, actually. I've not sold him. At the minute on Xbox, his one is looking like it's going for, what, 280k? I don't think it's worth that much. I think it's gone down a little bit. Yeah, his Rule Breakers less. So it's going to be a lot less than that, what he's on there. But yeah, really, really fun card for you guys to go and pick up. 190k. That if you've got, you know, your Talisco and whatnot, he can link to them. And he's just so good and so fun to use. I would highly, highly recommend him. Now, we're going to go to another man that he is in a lot of people's teams. You will see him a lot, but I think he deserves an honourable mention. I don't feel like he's necessarily at the curve, like, you know, the game curve at the minute where he's at, just because he's not the strongest. He lacks some finishing stats, but obviously he's a winger, so you don't see it all too often. But he's still a really fun card to use, and he's a guy that's made, you know, I packed him untradeable on this account now. So I had to sell his one that I had originally. And Dembele, he's 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. You'll see him in most people's kind of, you know, squad builders at the start of the game teams. I still think he deserves an honourable mention because he has been one that's been really fun for me to use. He's been replaced by Bamba because of the reasons that I spoke about earlier on. He still does a job, but when he comes up against, you know, Kyle Walker, Semedo, if someone puts Mendy on the opposite side or you put Dembele on that side, he struggles to get past them type of fullbacks, which everyone has nowadays. So that's why it makes it it a little bit harder, but still a really, really good card to use. And I mean, in terms of my, who are the big guns that I've really enjoyed using, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo has been phenomenal for me. I've absolutely loved having him in my team. He is the best goal card striker on the game. He's better than Mbappe 100%. If you had a choice of Mbappe or CR7, pick him. Mbappe plays out on the wing for me when I had him. I've actually sold him now. And you'll see that on the Road to Glory on the second channel if you guys are watching over on there. And then my other attacker that I really enjoy having, and this guy, if you don't have him in your team, you have to, Marcus Rashford. You guys know how much I love him and how much I talk to you about him. Best gold card bar, Mbappe, Neymar, CR7. Messi, but yeah, definitely. And then to finish it off for me would be Neymar. So if you said to me what would be my ideal attack, it would be Neymar cam, Rashford out on the wing, and Mbappe out on the wing, and CR7 up front. Or I'd play Neymar and Ronaldo up front, and Mbappe, Rashford out on the wing. And then obviously just from there, those are some of the attackers that I've been using on this game that you don't necessarily see in people's team, but have kind of took me back and gone, that's a good card. I enjoyed using that card. You can use them in objectives. You can use them wherever you want, wherever you seem fit. They are cards that are capable of Weekend League. Correa could probably do with that upgrade just to help him a little bit more in Weekend League. But I will give him a go and see how he does when it comes to FUT Champs and how some of those cards do in there for us, as in Correa. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. I do want to thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. And let me know who you guys have used that might not be, in people's teams as a whole. And if you'd like me to do this video for midfielders and defenders as well, I'm more than happy to. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.